Mr. President, my fourth and final term as a United States Senator will soon come to an end.
40 years in elective office, 24 in the Senate. I definitely feel like it's the right decision I made not to run again, and it's the right time to leave. I wanted to leave when I could leave unescorted.
How much do you think about 2000 and what might have been?
When I look back to it, the first emotion I have, honestly, and this gets deeper and deeper as time goes on, is gratitude to Al Gore. You know, I'm grateful to him that he chose me, that he took a risk, breaking a barrier, first American, Jewish American to run on a national ticket, and his confidence was vindicated, really, in America. Any time I look back at it, of course, I'm disappointed, frustrated, angry at how it ended, because I think Al Gore and I could have given the country great leadership, and really because of how it ended, not with counting the votes, really, but with a 5-4 Supreme Court decision that, in my opinion, had little or no basis in Supreme Court precedent, really. In some ways, I think if you think about it, my most productive 12 years in the Senate were in the 12 years since 2000.
What, after all, is a Democrat like me doing at a Republican convention like this?
And I don't have any regrets about speaking at the convention. I know it was unconventional, so to speak. To say the obvious, I was still not the most popular person in the Democratic Party because of my support for the Iraq War. But, you know, I didn't go, I went to the convention to speak, to make an affirmative statement about John McCain, my friend who I believed was prepared to be a strong president. But if I had it to do over again, I would have said nothing about Barack Obama. I would say that the president and I remain friends. I mean, I've obviously disagreed with him on some foreign policy things, but as you look back at the first term, I was in the middle of helping him to pass his two major domestic accomplishments, well, three really, one being the stimulus legislation in 2009, and then the health care reform bill at the end of 2009, and then finally, and this one I was really at the lead of, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Throughout my 24 years here, I mean, I've had the chance to be involved in some legislative accomplishments that I'm really proud of, and environmentally, human rights, foreign policy, national security, homeland security. Every one of them was accomplished because it had bipartisan support. This problem of partisan polarization, ideological rigidity, which has made our government in Washington dysfunctional. This is not the fault of one party by any means. And you can see it now in the what appears to be, again, a gridlock over an agreement to avoid the country going over the fiscal cliff.
If you began in politics today, would you be a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent?
Wow. I would guess most Americans, or at least a plurality of Americans, that neither party quite fits the full range of my views. I seem to fall always right within the 45 to 45 yard line, so I'm probably a centrist. Notwithstanding the fact that unaffiliated voters, independent voters are the fastest growing group in American politics, still, if you want to make your way into politics, you got to join a party.